What is good? What is good? What is good? What is good? I hope everyone's doing great today. You know, that fall weather's nice, man. It's just nice. It's fresh outside. I hope it's the same with you guys. You know what I'm saying? Depending on the preference of weather that you like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's really nice down here. So, I mean, I'm enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? It's a great day. I hope everybody's doing great. I hope everybody's doing safe this week, man. Thank you so much. Thank you for the subscribers. And I'm saying all the new subscribers, also all those who have been with me since day one, the constant, those who jump in on the lives, those who are, constant joining and supporting. I thank you so much. I want to give my final thoughts, man. I want to give my final thoughts on Teofimo and Lomachenko. These are my final thoughts. I'm done, because I've been going back and forth in my mind, man. I went live, as a matter of fact, on Instagram yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Made like a 22, went live for like 22 minutes talking about the press conference. And I'm going to mix it all today. G5 Chef Boya D. Yeah. Salute, family. Y'all are awesome. G5, I'm going to have you soon. You already know, bro. Don't worry, man. I'm going to have you soon, bro. Just please be patient, man. I'm going to definitely have you. It's good. The thing is here, man, I just gotta let you know, G5, I'm sure but I've said it time and time again, as far as with my channel and, when I share with you guys, I'm very busy, man. I got a full-time job. I'm studying a degree and I got other things, I'm saying. I just started up a new YouTube channel, as a matter of fact, on gaming. So it's totally different, I'm saying, but I love games. I love gaming, I'm saying, ever since I was a kid. So, so I'm just busy, man. So, but when I have vacation, then that's where I push a lot more, YouTube stuff. So, so I'm still doing it anyway. So, but so that's why, so G5, definitely I'm going to have you soon, bro. So, and I just want to thank you guys so much. I want to thank you before I start into my final thoughts. I thank all the, the new subscribers. Thank you guys so much, for jumping in and joining the community here on my channel. It's all for the love of the sport of boxing. That's what it is. It's all for that. Nothing else, for the love of the sport of boxing, for the love of you guys, and I thank you guys so much, for your support and all those who have been with me since day one. Definitely, man. So, just want to give that special thanks and shout out to all you guys, man. Thank you so much. It's so fun. It's all fun. It's so much fun, chopping it up with you guys. Yeah, G5, thanks, bro. Yeah, but I'm going to get you, bro. I got you. I got your phone number and all that. We're going to get it soon, man. We're going to definitely get in soon. There's a couple there's somebody else too that wants to jump on in live too. And so, yeah, man, got some definitely good stuff. New stuff on the way. Also just to announce real quick, we're going to have, Lord willing, on Sunday, we're going to be going live with Reggie Owens and Curtis Anderson, the historian. Curtis Anderson has constantly been on my channel too. So love chopping it up with him. Love chopping it up with Reggie Owens. We're going to talk about, Lord willing, the post-fight Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez. So we're going to talk about the post-fight. And as you can see in this image, on the screen, okay, it's going to either be on the left, it's going to either end up like this or like this, okay? Y'all can see that, right? Oh, hold on, something happened. It just got out there. There we go. So Black Star Sports TV, what is good, family? What is good, family, man? All love to Black Star Sports TV. Y'all go subscribe to him also, you know what I mean? So yeah, man, this image here, this thumbnail that I did, if you, I don't know if you guys remember, but on the left, I made a video about, with this whole lead up of the fight, you know what I'm saying? What Teofimo's dad, Teofimo Sr. said about, him knocking out Lomachenko or something like that, something along those lines. I made a video about that. I used that thumbnail, but now I added this, so I want to get to it, man. I want to talk about, my final thoughts on this fight. Like I said, I repeat, let me just reiterate that I went live yesterday, around 22 minutes approximately. And I'm sorry for the lag, man, the camera lag. I'm working on it, man. I'm working on enhancing things as far as this channel, and also on my other channels. As I said a moment ago, I have a gaming channel. I just launched. I went live. I streamed a game. It's all on Vintage Gaming. Good stuff, man. So if anybody's interested, I think I'm going to start leaving the link in the descriptions of this channel. So if anybody's interested in gaming, vintage gaming, specifically vintage gaming from back in the day. Oh man, I just love it. My heart, it's just special. It's a special channel. So, I'm launching that. Just went streaming this morning, and I streamed a very special game. and I think you guys are gonna love it. So if you guys are interested, I could go ahead and put the link here in the chat in a moment. But yeah, so I went live yesterday on Instagram, and I talked about specifically the press conference. Okay, I want to start with this. Okay, I want to start with, because this is just my final thoughts on this fight. This is my final thoughts. I'm gonna lay it down. It's set in stone. This is just my general thoughts. Final thoughts on this fight, okay? Vasyl Lomachenko versus Teofimo Lopez. Okay, here we go, man. So, like I said, I've been going back and forth in my mind about this fight, just as everybody else has. Everybody, all the boxing community is really excited about this matchup. This is just a great matchup, shouts out and hats off to Bob Arum, and shouts out to Bob Arum. He was Dalia Antoinette. How you doing, sister? How are you doing, sister? Prayers up, everybody, please. Prayers up. I know you guys are just jumping in the building. I don't announce my lives. You already know how it is. I don't announce but when I have guests, I do try to announce my lives days before. Okay, so I schedule them. So I already planned on going on live today, but like I said, I got another channel launched up, and I went streaming earlier today, and I was kind of busy in that, and I had to do this. I had to do a final thoughts video. So yeah, I mean, I understand that, typically most people who jump in the building are, it's not, you guys are barely jumping in. I thank you guys so much. PGH Big Dog, bro. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much, bro. You're okay, Delia? I hope you are okay. Prayers up for Delia, you guys. She's been through some operations, over time, and she recently got over one, and she's doing great. So looks like she's doing better. She was kind of under the weather, as far as with her health. So please, guys, prayers up for her. Prayers up for the queen, okay? Definitely, guys. You already know power in prayer. There's power in prayer. There's power in faith. So please, lift that energy up, towards her. Blessings towards Delia, the queen. Bruce Goes, thanks so much for jumping in. Chef Boy ID, G5, man, all you guys, PGH, Big Dog, thank you guys so much for jumping in. So this is what it is, you guys. This is my final thoughts. All right, my final thoughts on this fight. Go ahead, and like I said a moment ago, you guys go ahead and put your comments. I love collaborating with you guys. I love how you guys share your ideas here in the comments, because you already know I love to reference and piggyback off your ideas too. This is one community. This is one family. This is how we do it here. So all right, so let's get back to this. The press conference. I saw. Okay, this is what I saw. Teofimo looked, I don't know the words, but he looked antsy. He looked antsy. He looked jittery. He looked maybe anxious, maybe nervous. Okay. Just look at their body language that they showed in this press conference with Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko. Teofimo Lopez, man, he looked a little, I don't know if it's nervous, but you know what I'm saying? I think also it has to do with somewhat lack of experience in general fighting, because you guys already know Lomachenko, you can see a big contrast with body language and the way they were projecting themselves, physically speaking, in the press conference. And that showed a lot. Okay. It's very important to pay attention to body language. And when you see a fighter, I've said this time and time again, that it's very important to see not just what fighters do inside the ring, but also outside the ring. When it comes to press conferences, when it comes to interviews, the way they speak, the way they articulate their language, you see, the way they speak, their output. So, for example, quick examples. I mean, Abner Mares, I love how he speaks. I love, his intellectual, how he projects intellectual speech. You know what I'm saying? You see the same with Thurman. You see the same with Andre Ward. You see the same with several fighters, okay? But you don't see it with all of them. So, I mean, it's important to see how they speak, how they move themselves about, you know what I'm saying? How they show their body language and how they expose themselves concerning their body language, how they express themselves. And when you see this, in particular, particularly speaking of the press conference with Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko, you see Lopez seemed kind of, I don't know how to describe it, but that's just the only words that come up to my mind. Those are the words that come up to my mind. Antsy, jittery. Maybe it can be anxious. Maybe it can be, maybe it's nervousness. Okay. Now, yes, Delia, thank you. You just got the words out of my mouth. Loma, this is exactly what I was going to mention. Loma had that serious face. He means business. Now, you guys, I mean, if you go back to the press conference, look at Lomachenko. Firm, calm, and collected. Okay. And this is what I said in my IG live, Instagram live. Like I said, I went yesterday live, but I want to do it here on YouTube now. And I want to focus just on my final thoughts in this fight and how I think it's going to go out. It's conditional, but I'm going to get to that in a moment. So Lomachenko, man, he was serious, face of a warrior, face of an experienced fighter. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, Black Star Sports TV says here too. Teo looked shook, bro. I definitely agree. Because I don't think Loma, I mean, he hasn't faced a Lomachenko. He hasn't faced someone of the caliber of Lomachenko as far as skills are concerned. You already know the story. IQ, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Teofimo hasn't faced anybody like this. And I don't, you know what I'm saying? I agree, Black Star Sports. He did look shook. He looked a little nervous, man. He looked a little nervous. So, and getting back to that, you know, Lomachenko, man, this guy, he gave just, I don't know, man. I was kind of, I don't know if it was surprised, but I was taken aback, man, by Lomachenko. I didn't think he was gonna act like that, or you know, he was serious. He's okay. Now, let's try to translate that body language on fight night to fight night. Now, I personally think, okay, that Lomachenko, the way that he expressed himself, that cool, calm, and collected attitude and composure, I think he's going to show that on Saturday night, you guys, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to show that on Saturday night. Vasyl Lomachenko is going to be cool, calm, and collected on Saturday night in the ring. He knows what to do. He has trained. His corner is very smart. His coach, very smart, experienced man. You already know the story with Teofimo's amateur record. I'm sorry, Lomachenko's amateur record. I remember reading along the lines. I don't remember what live it was. I think it was when I was on Blue Blood. I really don't remember. I'm not good with, you know, precise memory as far as like recent things. I don't know. But I did remember somebody saying that, you know, Teofimo, I'm sorry, why do I keep saying Teofimo? Lomachenko, I'm sure he has faced in his amateur career somebody with the likes of a Teofimo style, okay? Hundreds of fights in the amateur career, in Lomachenko's amateur career. I'm sure one of those guys, okay? I'm sure one of those guys had a type of style similar to Teofimo Lopez. I mean, we got to get, and that's what we saw in the press conference. That's what we saw in Lomachenko's disposition, his physical, his body language, his eyes, his face. He's like, this is, I know what to do. He was just so, okay, look. A lot of people are talking about the confidence of Teofimo Lopez. His confidence is out the roof. It's up the roof. It's way out there. It's high because he's speaking a lot. You don't have to speak a lot to show that you're confident, because actions speak louder than words. What do I talk about action? I'm not talking about fighting or not. I'm talking about the way you walk, the way the way you sit, the way you look at people. That shows confidence too. That shows confidence. That shows you don't even have to speak. You don't even have to speak a word to show if you're confident or not. Ooh, those are gems right there, family. You don't have to speak a word to show. Sometimes, check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Oof, it's coming to me right now. Sometimes people who speak a little bit too much, sometimes they're nervous. Sometimes that shows they're nervous and they're trying to cover it up, you know? And getting back to that, Lomachenko, man, he showed 110% confidence in the press conference. I just got to bring this out because these are my final thoughts on this fight. We have to go back to this press conference. Lomachenko, yes, build up for this fight. He has been speaking and responding sometimes. But who's doing all the talking here? Wait, who's doing all the talking? You already know. Who's doing all the talking ever since this fight was announced? It's Teofimo Lopez. Okay? It's Teofimo Lopez. And when you see his body language in the press conference, Teofimo, antsy, jittery, moving around, looking at his watch, looking at what time it was. Look like they looked up. Check this out, guys. I got to tell you guys. I got to tell you this. And you guys already know. Some of you guys already know. Some of you subscribers, I work in academia. Okay? I've worked in the past 12 years in academia. Language team, okay? And I'm studying a degree in it right now. I know about body language. I'm not an expert. No, I'm not a I don't have a master's degree in body language or psychology. Psychology has to do with excellent body language. But in the academic realm, check this out, guys. I have to when it comes to teaching. I really don't teach anymore. I supervise. Yeah, I supervise. But when it comes to teaching, one of the first things I look at is the body language. How does this look when class starts? You can tell if they're into it or not into the class, into the lesson. And what do you got to do? You got to do a warm up to get them, get them to pay attention. Now, this can say one of two things. Check it out. Teofimo was probably bored. Now, why do I mention this about classes and stuff? Because Teofimo, here we go. Teofimo reminded me when I saw him in the press conference of a student that didn't want to be in class. It kind of reminded me of that. Looking around, looking at his watch, just like not there. Okay. It can be one of two things, ladies and gentlemen. It can be that Teofimo was bored, okay, because I didn't, he was probably bored, or he probably just didn't want to be there. He just wants to fight, which I understand. It can be that, or he was nervous, okay, or he was nervous. So those are some things to think about here, guys. Those are some things to think about. Now let's get some comments here. Man, I don't doubt it. I mean, I'm not against that, Delia. I just, that's why I'm bringing this video out. I got to go live on this. I got to and give my final thoughts. No, okay, Delia, that he had no words. No, I'm talking about like the build-up of the fight. Lomachenko, he did. He has been doing most of the talking and the whole build-up of this fight. The whole build-up before the press conference, before, when the fight got announced. It's Teo who's like talking a lot. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, Lomachenko definitely had words. He definitely had words in in the press conference. Teo, specifically in the press conference, Teo was just, it seems like he didn't. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Is there static? Check 1, 2, 1 moment. Check 1, 2. Can you guys hear me? Hello. Can you guys go ahead and confirm if you guys hear? I don't know why there's just check 1, 2. Is there still static? Still static? Please go ahead and confirm you guys can hear me. Am I still there? Is everything good? Good? Can y'all hear me? Okay, let me just continue talking around. Talking to you. Hold on. Okay. There it is. Yeah, let me go out. Let me go back. Okay, let me come right back. Wait a second. Right back, right? My phone. guys still here? Check 1 2, check 1 2. Can you guys hear me now? Aliens are invading. Okay, can you guys hear me now? I think I'm good now. I think I'm good. I think I'm good now. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Hello, check 1 2, check 1 2. Okay, now. Okay. Let me stop the camera. There we go. Yeah. Okay, got you. All right, cool. Now let me get back to what I'm saying. I'm so sorry about that, you guys. A little technical difficulties there as far as the the microphone. Yeah, everybody left. I know. It's all good. I'm gonna continue talking. It's all good. All right, cool. So let me get back to what I was saying. It's all good, man. I'm just gonna keep talking. It's all good. They'll catch it later. So I'm used to doing that sometimes. I'm sorry. I'm used to I'll just keep talking. All right. So let me just fix the screen. Boom, boom. All right. So now let me continue what I was saying. I'm going to continue what I was saying here. So that's the thing that, Lomachenko, he was definitely composed, calm, cool, and collected. And I think he's going to bring that in the ring. And Teofimo, it can be one of two things. Get back to what I was saying. It can be one of two things. It can be that, Teofimo was bored, or he was nervous. One of the two things, okay? If he was nervous, it can be because he hasn't faced, and he's probably realizing it, he hasn't faced somebody like a Lomachenko, and vice versa, though. But like I said a moment ago, Lomachenko, in all his experience, and all the experience in his amateur record, okay, I'm sure he has faced somebody who has a similar style as Teofimo Lopez. All right. I'm sure he has faced somebody. And he was just so calm, so cool, so collected, wasn't really moving, kind of like a statue, man, just sitting there. So now let me get back to an example, okay? I know they're different fighters, I know whatever, but we're focusing on like the body language and the way people and fighters project themselves. If you go back to, I think I mentioned it before, if you go back to Manny Pacquiao versus Keith Thurman, okay? Who was the one who was speaking a lot? Who was the one? Okay, even if you go back to Canelo and Mayweather. I know Mayweather, he's a type that always speaks, but Canelo, he was speaking a lot too in the buildup of the fight. He was saying things that he never said before. Canelo was saying a lot of things that he never said before, and his team, okay? And a lot of it was in Spanish. And I mean, I picked up a lot what they were saying here in Mexican broadcasts, down here in Mexico, all Spanish, and I was listening very closely. Before Canelo fought Mayweather, he was just a really humble guy. Ever since to the buildup of the fight of Mayweather, when it was officially announced, he started speaking a lot. His team started saying that a new king was born, et cetera, et cetera. And he was talking a lot. I mean, Mayweather, typically he's the type that always talks anyway. And now when you go to Mayweather, Keith Thurman versus Pacquiao, man, I mean, he's generally the quiet guy. And that seems like how Lomachenko is too. Quiet, reserved, humble, And Keith Thurman, if you guys go back to they did like a face-to-face. You guys remember? I'm sure you guys seen it. You guys seen it time and time again. When, before this whole crazy pandemic, they would do what is called like a face-to-face thing, where there would be like a moderator between, and they would be sitting in a little table, like a coffee table, and the fighters would talk to each other and, answer questions from the moderator. And they would be looking at each other right there at a coffee table, like if it were Sunday brunch or something, and it's cool because they would talk, bare knuckle fighting does it, there are lots of, combat events that do that now. And from other, UK and stuff like that. They do that. They do that a lot too. And the thing here is that when you go back to that fight, Keith Thurman and Pacquiao, they did like a face-to-face thing. And Keith was just talking a lot. He was just talking so much, you know, giving allegories and, you know, saying how he's going to, and he was just offending Pacquiao, man. It was funny because Keith Thurman was like, this is all Pacquiao does. He was making fun of Pacquiao, saying like he has T-Rex hands. Oh, man. T-Rex arms. Oh, my gosh. Keith was just going off. Now, we got to give credit to Keith because, yeah, he was making it entertaining, right? And you can just see the face-off. When Keith Thurman and Pacquiao faced off, man, wow. Keith had a big old eye. You know, Keith Thurman, when he used to face off, he doesn't really box anymore, but when he used to fight, you know, constantly and be active, when he faced off, he usually had his, you know, he usually has his eyes really big and, you know, just trying to intimidate the opponent, big old eyes looking through his opponent, you know what I'm saying? And when he faced off with Pacquiao, the last face off, I remember really clearly, Pacquiao had, check this out, guys. Pacquiao kind of had the look that Lomachenko had in the press conference. That's kind of what I'm trying to get at here. Pacquiao was looking through the eyes of experience, looking at Thurman through the eyes of experience, that, you know, a guy who has been through many wars, a guy who knows how to beat this guy, Keith Thurman, a guy who knows how to beat Keith Thurman, you know. So that's kind of what I see in Lomachenko. That's kind of what I saw in the press conference. I mean, just look at the way Lomachenko was looking across the room, looking at Teofimo Lopez. He was just looking with a dead serious face, like, I know what I'm going to do with this kid. I know what I'm going to do with this kid. You know, this is just what I'm thinking and what I saw, you know what I'm saying, in this press conference. I mean, this press conference, ladies and gentlemen, spoke volumes. It spoke volumes. And we got to speak about this. I got to bring this out to help me, you know, build upon my final thoughts of this fight. Let's see what Dalia said. Yeah, that's the thing, man. People left the building, man, because that whole technical difficulty. It's all good, though. Dalia says, he was mad, too, because Keith, yeah, he was mad. And the thing here is that you don't see Pacquiao mad. He's not a mad type. He's not an angry type. He's a very calm, cool guy. You know what I'm saying? I really like Pac-Man. I really like Pacquiao. Legend, you know, and you don't see, he didn't, Dalia. He didn't, Dalia. He didn't like that at all. He didn't like it at all. And now maybe we saw a little bit of anger in Lomachenko. It was like a mix of seriousness, a mix of experience, a mix of, I guess we can say to a certain extent, veteran fighting eyes, you know, perspective, and maybe a little angry. Because look, you go back to the Blood, Sweat, and Tears documentary. Look at the massive disrespect Teofimo has been saying, things that he has been saying about Lomachenko, man. I mean, remember in that Blood, Sweat, and Tears documentary, spitting on the floor. This is what I think of Lomachenko. Boom, spitting on the floor. I mean, this kid, I said it before, has no respect at all. No respect whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? Lomachenko, Teofimo. Now, let's get into the ring, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into the ring and what I see happening. Like I said, this is conditional, man. I can't. This is conditional for me. I don't know who's going to win, okay? I just don't know. I mean, but what I can say is this. Yes, Dalia. Yes. Loma wanted to get him. Yes, it looked like that. I mean, he was looking across the ring like, oof. Lomachenko was looking across the ring like, man, if I had the chance right now, I would fight you right here. I mean, wow. I haven't seen Lomachenko like this before. I mean, I don't know, man. This is just this whole fight, the whole build up to this fight is just great stuff, awesome stuff. You know, I have been perplexed for certain matchups when it comes to certain matchups, but with this fight in particular, it's like, wow. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm gonna get to that, Delia. Let me get to that in a moment. Okay, I'm gonna get to that in a moment. But first, now let's get to the next point I want to talk about. Okay, which is the ring. Okay, what now? If Curtis, brother Curtis, the historian, is in the building, and like I said a moment ago, you guys, before that, this irritating mic problem occurred a few minutes ago, and I had to leave the studio temporarily to come back and fix the problem here at the mic, and that's why people left the building. I understand. You know, but Curtis jumped on in, and like I said earlier, like I said before, that whole issue with the microphone, we got Curtis Anderson planned and scheduled to be on us with us here on the platform on Sunday, you guys, around 4:45 Central Standard Time Sunday, to talk post Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez post fight reaction with Reggie Owens. So definitely y'all got to tune in. And those who are going to tune in after this live, y'all have to tune in Sunday. Please tune in, family. We're going to talk it. We're going to chop it. We're going to chop it and cook it. Okay. So definitely, man. Curtis Anderson, thanks so much for tuning in, family. Thanks so much for tuning in. So now let's get to the ring. We talked about the press conference. We talked about, okay, what I saw in the press conference, what you guys saw, you know, in the press conference, what you saw. Okay. Now, let me get to Teo. If Teofimo has that jitteriness, that apparent nervousness, that apparent antsiness that he showed in the press conference on fight night, that could be a problem for Teofimo. Okay. Like I said earlier, it can be one of two things. Okay. It can be one of two things, that he's nervous or he's just impatient and he wants to fight. Let me get back real quick to the press conference. Teofimo was antsy, nervous possibly, or he was just impatient and he didn't want to be there because he wants to fight already. So if he was nervous or if he was anxious with the body language we saw in the press conference, if that's what it was, fight night, and he has that still, that's going to be a big problem for Lomachenko. For Teofimo. But on the contrary, if Teofimo in the press conference was like how he was, you know, being impatient, looking at his watch, looking around, and, you know, if it was because of boredom and he wants to get in the ring already and fight, that can be to Teofimo's advantage. That can be to Teofimo's advantage. And that can be that he just wants to fight. He wants to fight. He can't wait. He can't wait till Saturday night. That speaks, that can be a big motivator for Teofimo, and that can help Teofimo in the ring. It'll lo impulsa. That's how we say it in Spanish. Lo puede impulsar. That can be a big motivator. I mean, it's hard to say how to translate that, but it can be a motivator for Teofimo. So if that's what it is, if it was boredom at the press conference and he wants to fight already, that can be a big motivator. That can help him. But if it's anxiousness and nervousness, then that can be a problem for Teofimo. That can be a problem. Okay. So now on the other hand, now let's go to the flip side with Teofimo. What I said, I kind of alluded to it earlier when I was talking about the press conference and what I saw. Lomachenko, I'm almost positive he's going to bring, I don't think it's a if, he is going to bring it. He's going to be calm. He's going to be cool and collected in the ring. He has a great corner. Okay. Now, this is the thing though. And I got to repeat it. I'm sure Lomachenko has faced somebody with a similar style as Teofimo Lopez. I'm sure he has faced somebody with that similar style in the amateurs. Hundreds of fights, you guys. Hundreds. Lomachenko has hundreds of fights in amateur record, man, in his amateur career. This is not, I don't think, I mean, Lomachenko, now. I don't think Lomachenko is doing this, but he's probably maybe overlooking Teofimo, which I doubt he is, but that's another possibility. Maybe he's thinking, you know what? I've done this so many times. I've done this hundreds of times. I've fought in fighters like him several times. I know how he's like. I know what to do with this kid. You know, I'm just going to get him out the way come Saturday night. If he gets a little too overconfident as far as Lomachenko, that can be a problem for Lomachenko too. That can be a problem for Lomachenko. Maybe he's thinking, look at this kid. Look at this kid. Because the thing is, you guys, I mean, we got to speak facts. We got to speak facts. Speak facts. Generally speaking, I know it's not like that with everybody. Of course not. Not everybody's the same. But generally speaking, people who are older, you know, look at younger people and say, you know, well, you got a lot to grow. You got a lot of growing to do, kid. Maybe Lomachenko is looks at Teofimo like that. Maybe he's saying, you know what, this little kid has a lot of growing to do. He has a lot of growing to do, and I'm going to get him out the way come Saturday night. But I don't think so. I don't think Lomachenko thinks that. If he does, that can be a big problem for Lomachenko. Now, I'm just looking at possible problems in their mindsets and how they're going to bring, what kind of mindset they're going to come into the ring with come Saturday night. That can be a problem for Lomachenko if he's thinking that. But I doubt he's thinking that. Just like what, you know, Delia says here, I hope Loma is not overlooking him. I hope he's not either. Because if he does, then he's going to get surprised. Yeah, Lomachenko is definitely get surprised. But I don't think that's what it is. I'm just looking at all aspects and all possibilities here. You know, when it comes to the cognitive, when it comes to the psyche of a fighter, when it comes to the psyche of people in general, you know what I'm saying? So I'm almost positive, but I'm almost positive in this. Lomachenko is going to come into the ring as confident, as cool, as collected, as level-headed as he showed in the press conference. I'm almost confident of that. He knows what he's going to do. He knows the game plan that he's going to execute against Teofimo Lopez with his team, his corner. You know, high IQ. He's going to bring that. He's going to bring it. He's going to bring it. And that would definitely be disastrous, sister. That would definitely be disastrous, Delia. And he would most likely lose if Lomachenko would come in with that attitude. No, this kid's young. He's green. I'm going to take him out. And I don't think he's thinking that, though. I don't think he is. He's taking it serious because I have to go back to this constantly. The press conference. Just look how he was looking at, man, I haven't seen Lomachenko like this before. This is what kind of worries me for Teofimo. This is what kind of worries me. I mean, you saw totally different body language from both fighters in the press conference. You know, if they bring that to the ring, man. Oh, yes, Curtis, I can't wait. We're almost there. We're going to have Curtis. He's going to bring his prediction. Yes. I listened to you on Blues, but I'm hitting. Bro, Bruce. I gotta mention Curtis. I think you have his phone number, bro. I don't know if you have his digits. Can you please tell Blue Blood that? And I've told him, but you know, I know Blue Blood has so many people on the channel as far as the comment section, and he's just, you know, it's hard. You know, he can't be distracted. But yeah, Curtis, what here Bruce goes is saying, I listen to you on Blues, but I'm hidden, can't respond or give thumbs up, but I'm there, fam. So Bruce is always in. So if you can, if you have his digits, Curtis, can you please send that little message to Blue Blood if you can unblock Bruce? For some reason, it wasn't Blue Blood, I don't think. It wasn't Blue Blood. It was somebody else in the chat. You know, there are many wrenches there. I think they blocked Bruce, man. So if you can go ahead and if you can do us that big favor, Curtis, and I'm going to tell Blue also next time I get in there live or whatever, hopefully, you know, one of these days, I'm going to send that a private message to Blue on the platform, on the studio, the virtual studio. Yeah, so Curtis is giving his prediction today. Thank you. Awesome. I can't wait to hear this. Yeah, awesome, Curtis. Thanks so much. Yeah, he got you, Bruce. He got you. Awesome. Thank you so much, bro. Thanks so much. So let's get so let's get back. So that's the mentality these guys are gonna bring. Okay. I know Lomachenko, he knows what to do in the ring. He has a solid game plan. I know he does. Now, I want to talk about just a little bit about the strength, power. Okay. Lomachenko is not going to phase Teo with his power. He's not going to. Lomachenko, I highly doubt anything can happen in boxing. You already know the story. But I highly doubt Lomachenko is going to phase Teofimo with his power. Lomachenko, I don't think has the power. You know, I don't think he has the power to phase Teofimo. Teofimo is going to come in as a beast. He's going to come in as this big bull, and he's going to fight. Okay, Teofimo is going to do that. He's going to fight. Now, we got to understand the mental war game here, because Blood, Sweat, and Tears documentary, you know, you guys, ladies and gentlemen, you already know, those who are going to tune in after the live, like I said, man, before this whole, man, it frustrates me when I have these little technical problems. But before that, before I had the technical problem on this live, you know, people left the building because I had to get out and I had to come back in. And yeah, hopefully they'll tune in later, right? After the live. That's why I say those who tune in after the live, you know, I hope, now, I know, I'm almost positive, getting back to what I was saying, I'm almost positive because you go back to the Blood, Sweat, and Tears documentary, Teofimo Sr., they were watching on their laptop a fighting clip of Lomachenko. And you already know, ladies and gentlemen, they're not going to reveal the game plan to the public. I mean, that's totally foolish of us to think that. That's, I mean, what it seemed like for the naive-minded, right, who take everything at face value, you know, who believe everything at face value from the surface, it looks like we know Teofimo, his game plan, and their game plan. Because in the Blood, Sweat, and Tears documentary, they were watching a clip of Lomachenko that he was just giving weak jabs, weak jabs. Oh, we already know what to do. Let's stop this. I've seen enough. And they mentioned when they were watching that clip that Teofimo has to bully. He has to go in and bully Lomachenko. Okay. They were talking something around those lines. You know very well, you guys know very well that they're not just going to go in and bully Lomachenko. I don't think that's not the only game plan. That's what I'm saying here. Because in the same documentary, okay, and the same Blood, Sweat, and Tears documentary, Teofimo Sr. said that they have many tools. They have many things that we haven't seen yet. So that's the apparent danger that Lomachenko is going to face. Okay, we got to understand, man. I personally think now I want to get now to strategy. All right, this is one thing as far as with strength and power. I don't think Lomachenko is going to face Teo with power. No. Okay. And I also think when it comes to Teofimo Lopez, Teofimo has some things that we haven't seen yet. I've said about Ryan Garcia, and I'm sure that's going to show when he fights Luke Campbell. I'm sure it's going to show. It's when he fights Luke Campbell. And I think that Teofimo Lopez has some things, has some tools in his toolbox that he's going to bring out on Saturday night. And, that's something that I see Teofimo doing on Saturday night. I don't think he's just going to bully him. I don't think he's just going to use the Salido blueprint. A lot of people refer to that. A lot of people refer to, Lomachenko doesn't like people when they bully him. And go back to the Salido's fight. I don't think Teofimo is just going to bully. I think Teofimo is going to mix it. Check this out, guys. I think he's going to mix it up. He's going to box, and then he's going to lay off boxing, and then he's going to bully him. And then he's going to, fall back from the pressure and then use his jab and then go back to boxing and then bully him again. And you see what I'm saying? I think that's what we're going to see on Saturday night with Teofimo come Saturday night. Let me get to the comments real quick, man. Let me get back. So we have, my thing is Teo was doing all that talking. And then when he sees Loma, exactly. Yeah, Delia, you got a good point there. And that's why I personally think when it comes to the psyche of these fighters, when it comes to the psyche of these guys, if Teo has that same uncomfortableness and that same jitteriness, possible nervousness and anxiousness, if he has that when he faces off, when they're in the middle of the ring and the referee saying, hey, this is low blow, obey my commands at all times, protect yourselves at all times, touch out gloves, let's go. When he's seeing Lomachenko face to face and he still has that, what he had in the press conference, that's going to be a problem for Lomachenko. For Teofimo. It's going to be a problem. And that's a factor we got to consider. And that's why I love this. I mean, I can't wait. To see these guys step in the ring and face off right before they fight. You see, that's what I'm saying, you guys. We got to look at all the little things. Curtis Anderson talks about it time and time again that, he just looks at every single detail. And we got to do that. When these guys, I can't wait to see these guys, their ring walk. I can't wait to see how they walk into the ring, how they face off when the referee is given the instructions. Man, I can't wait. I can't wait. I don't know what happened to my music. I'm trying to put music in the background, man. It's just cut off. I like to put some music while I'm speaking. But anyways, so So yeah, Delia, you're totally right, Queen. You're totally right, sister. My thing is Teo was doing all that talking, and then when he sees Loma, he's quiet and he's uncomfortable. Very good point. And like I said, that's very telling. The press conference told us a lot. And I don't know about Teo, man. I don't know. So Curtis answered, this has been the hardest. Dude, Curtis, that's kind of, I've been watching boxing for a while, but compared to you, I have been watching boxing for not that long. You're a veteran, bro. You're a veteran and an expert. And Curtis here is saying this has been the hardest breakdown since Humberto Gonzalez versus Michael Carbajal. Wow. Dude, that's what I'm saying. That this fight is just hard to call. I don't know. And Bruce Coates continues to stay here at 50-50. Yeah, it's still 50-50 to me. I don't know, man. So this is what I'm seeing. This is what, just ladies and gentlemen, see if I'm right, see if I'm wrong, whatever. Right? This is just what I see. This is my final thoughts concerning right now with Teofimo right now. So he's going to box. He's going to mix it up with boxing. He's going to mix it up with bullying. He's going to mix it up with pressuring. Now, we already know. You guys already know, and I've said it before, and I even got, confronted by Teofimo Sr. I made a video about that. He commented concerning some things I said in a different platform when I was analyzing and breaking down a possible matchup between Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney. Okay. And I mentioned there that he's more flat-footed. Teofimo is more flat-footed. I recently went on a Jab Jamboree, Ack Reacher, salute to the family. And I was breaking that down too. Again, Teofimo and Haney. And I said that Teofimo is more flat-footed. Ack Reacher said, I definitely agree. I agree, and I'm not the only one who thinks that. I'm not saying he's completely flat-footed, but he's more flat-footed. And if he doesn't use more footwork when he boxes, in the ring, come Saturday night, Lomachenko should, watch this, ladies and gentlemen, Lomachenko should be able to counter that and know how to box around that. If Lomachenko doesn't know how to, use his high IQ that everyone's talking about, that media has been controversially hyping, calling him the Matrix, calling him the high-tech, whatever things they call him, calling him, Bob Arum, saying that he's, has the skills more, debatably better than Ali. I totally disagree with Bob Arum's statements of that, but if that's the case, Lomachenko should very well be able to detect the fighting style of a Teofimo. If Teofimo doesn't use his feet more in the ring, and that aspect only I'm talking about. Okay? And that aspect only I'm talking about. That's why I personally think, and this all connects, I'm not going off topic, Spence Jr., Errol Spence, the truth. I think he's going to box out Danny Garcia well, because Danny Garcia, he's quite flat-footed. Now, I would say he is quite flat-footed. I wouldn't say he's kind of flat. I think Danny is more flat-footed. I mean, he's quite flat-footed. I think Spence is going to give a wonderful boxing performance. So that's what I'm saying. Against a flat-footed fight, what did Mayweather do against Canelo? Canelo's more flat-footed. I mean, it is what it is. He was just inching towards Mayweather the whole fight. And Mayweather was boxing circles around him. You also go to Billy Joe Sanders versus Lemieux. Billy Joe Sanders, versus Lemieux. Boxing circles around Lemieux because Lemieux is more flat-footed. I mean, so if get back to what I'm saying here. This is my point. If Lomachenko doesn't know, if Lomachenko doesn't know how to box and use his high IQ against Teo, if Teo doesn't use much footwork and he uses the same footwork as he does in most of his fights, then Lomachenko probably is not, what I'm saying? It's not going to be as an outstanding performance as we think. You see what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm trying to say here? You see what I'm trying to say? So this is just conditional. So I'm saying the final thoughts I have in this fight, there are a lot of conditionals here. Okay, there are a lot of conditionals. Let's get to Dahlia real quick because we're going to continue this. We're going to continue. Loma just got to use his footwork and stay away. Now, oh, thank you, Dahlia. I love it. I love it. You guys take the words out of my mouth. That was one of the next points I was going to talk about. Now, this is something else I want to talk about. If If, like I said, it's just so many conditionals here, guys. There's so many. If Lomachenko, it's going to be hard. Oh, let me just put it this way. It's going to be hard. I'm not going to even make it a if. It's going to be hard, and it's going to be a challenge for Lomachenko to stay away from Teo's power for 12 rounds. I don't remember where I said this. I think it was with Monty Brown. I went live with him recently. Go check it out if y'all didn't check it out. Went live with Monty Brown on the platform here, and I think I mentioned this with him. I don't remember where. I think it was with that in that show. And I said, it's going to be hard. I think it's going to be hard. Or I don't remember if I was on Blue Blood. I don't remember where it was I said this. But I mentioned that it's going to be hard, in my personal opinion, for Lomachenko to stay away and to avoid Teofimo's punches for 12 rounds. It's going to be hard. I don't know. I mean, oh my gosh, I love this. This is just such a hard fight to call. But I think I can assure that. But then again, Lomachenko, he has the footwork to his advantage. If he doesn't use, I got to repeat that, if he doesn't use his footwork to his advantage, if Lomachenko doesn't use his footwork to his advantage, he's going to be in trouble. He's going to get in trouble. He's going to get in trouble. It is what it is. It's simple as that. It's as simple as that. He's going to get in trouble and he's going to get hurt. It's as simple as that. Lomachenko and his corner have to have the, I don't even want to get down to that level because it's a disrespect. I was going to say have to have the common sense, but I don't know how to say it exactly. They have to have the IQ and experience to know how to box Teo. They have to. If not, he's going to get knocked out. I mean, that's how simple that is. Okay? I mean, I got to reiterate this. Look how many fights Lomachenko has. If he doesn't use all that experience to his advantage, it's night-night for Lomachenko. It's night-night. It's not. I got to go to his comments. I got to go to Lomachenko is what you call a system fighter. He's been fighting like that since the, yes. And I gotta, I want to piggyback. I love it. That's why I like it when guys comment. What Curtis is saying, check this out, ladies and gentlemen. How many losses does Lomachenko have in his amateur career? How many losses? Can somebody answer that? Because I have no idea. I think it's like 3. I think it's like 3 or 2. Okay, somebody please answer. I can Google it, but I mean, I don't want to. Maybe somebody here will answer faster. Lomachenko amateur career. Because what Curtis is saying right now, I mean, hold on, let me see here. Amateur. How many losses does he have in his amateur career? Let me just try to find this. I mean, that's why I don't like Googling, because something takes it. Amateur record. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh. Curtis just answered it. Oh my God. This guy, Lomachenko, is that 396? 396 fights, 1 loss. Oh my gosh. Okay, I mean, that's what I'm saying here. If Lomachenko in all those fights, and all that experience that he has, and all those fights and all that experience that he has with 1 loss, it's just like what Curtis is saying here. He's really good at fighting as a system fighter. And that's why he has 1 loss in his amateur career. 1 loss in his pro record. Okay, I get it. If he doesn't use all that IQ, all that experience, his talent against Teofimo Lopez, I mean, he has to. And if he can't figure out how to box and use defense against Teo's executions and offense, Lomachenko is going to be in big problems. And it's hard for me. This is what I'm trying to say. It's hard for me to believe that. It's hard for me to believe Lomachenko will not out IQ Lopez. It's hard for me to conceive it. I mean, man, Amir Ali Malik, thanks so much for. And he beat the guy twice. Oh my gosh, Amir, thank you, thank you. I think you're new here, bro. I haven't seen you before. Go ahead and like and subscribe, family. I mean, you've got some great content on the channel, man. Got some great community here. And a lot of the community jumped out this live because I had technical issues. I had to leave the studio and come back in. So, but it's all good. Thanks so much for jumping in, Amir Ali Malik. Those who are here, love you guys. Thank you guys so much. And all you guys, man, thank you so much for jumping in, Amir Ali. Go ahead and subscribe, family. We got Curtis Anderson, the historian, amazing expert in the sport of boxing. I'm sure you heard of him. And we're going to have him on Sunday, constantly have him on the channel. I mean, great stuff, man. We do it for the love of the sport. You're definitely welcome in this place, family. Definitely welcome. Curtis Anderson continues to say, Teo's athleticism and fluidity can offset Loma's offense. The key to the whole fight will be Teo's boxing IQ. So, I mean, man, this just makes me breathe and think. So we explained Lomachenko, okay, what he has to do when it comes to fighting a Teo. Now, Teo, let me get back to what I was saying about Teo a moment ago with what Teofimo Sr. was saying about this fight. He said that Teofimo Jr. this was in Blood, Sweat, and Tears documentary, that Teofimo Jr. has a lot of tools that they haven't used yet before. And I don't doubt it. Okay, now I want to do the flip side here with Teofimo. I don't doubt, and I was saying it a moment ago, I don't doubt Teo has new tools or tools he hasn't used because he didn't need them. He hasn't needed them since in his career because he just knocks them out. He boxes too. I got to reiterate this. Teo can box, okay? But he doesn't need to box too much because he takes his opponents out so soon. You see? And that doesn't give Teofimo the opportunity to show the tools that he really has. That's the danger side here to Teofimo. This is the dangerous side to Teofimo. Soccer Training Club, thanks so much for jumping in, family. Thank you much for jumping in. Soccer Training Club, thank you so much, fam. So that's the thing. That's the dangerous side to Teofimo Lopez. If it's true, concerning what Teofimo Sr. is saying about Teofimo Jr. having hidden tools and things that he hasn't shown yet in the ring, wow. And it's a big possibility that Teofimo is going to bring that out come Saturday night, ladies and gentlemen. It's a big possibility because I got to refer back to, and it connects. Like I said, all these things connect. I got to refer back to Ryan Garcia. I know. I mean, of course, I'm not God. I don't live with these guys. No, but I know Ryan Garcia has tools that he hasn't shown the world yet, and it's going to come out when he fights. You see, certain fighters bring out things in their opponents that other fighters can't do. I think that Lomachenko is going to bring out tools that Teofimo hasn't brought out yet, ladies and gentlemen. That's the flip side to this final thoughts of this session. That's the flip side. We're focusing on Teo now. I don't know. Okay, now let me go back to Lomachenko. I don't know if Lomachenko, because it seems like, or maybe somebody here tell me something different. It's fine because we all learn from each other. I don't know if I've seen many new different things from Lomachenko in his fights. He uses like kind of the same style. And I think Teo has a different type of style and tools that he's going to bring out on Saturday night. Oh my gosh, this is hard. Oh my gosh. Now, yeah, gosh, who do you guys think is going to win? I'd say, okay, Curtis is going to he's going to break it down on Blue Blood later. So he probably won't tell us right here. Dalia, I think Dalia said earlier that that Loma's gonna win. Where is that? Can't find the comment. There's several comments here. Where is it? I can't find it. But I think Dalia is going. I think Dalia said that. Thank you, Curtis. Thank you. That's confirming what I have seen in Lomachenko's fights. Since years ago. that Lomachenko fights the same way. That's the problem here. This is the problem, ladies and gentlemen. This is the problem. I need you guys to, everybody here, and those who are going to tune in later. I haven't heard that said much, that Lomachenko fights the same way. Exactly. I haven't seen him change up any game plans in his fights. I haven't seen it. He fights the same way. Same pattern. Yes. Beautiful angles. Yes. Sidesteps wonderfully. Just kind of like what I mentioned earlier. What live was it? I don't remember. I think I did a post, Navarrete versus Villa session. And I talked about how Villa sidesteps. He sidesteps. I like Ruben Villa. I like what he did against Navarrete, even though he lost, even though he got knocked down a couple times. He just has one loss. It's no big deal. Villa has one loss against Navarrete. It's no big deal. I mean, I think Villa has a promising career ahead of him. If he stays focused, he has wonderful defense. I mean, his footwork is great. I like his footwork. Sidestepping, how he did it. And that's why Navarrete was just, man, he was tripping over himself because of Villa sidestepping and because of Villa using his wonderful footwork. And why do I say this? Because Lomachenko has that, and he shows it time and time again. The same thing. He sidesteps wonderfully, yes. He uses his footwork wonderfully, yes. He uses his angles that punch through the guard, through the high guard. He punches through that, and he punches around the high guard. That's what Lomachenko does. Wonderful hooks around the high guard, yes. But he does it in all his fights, and it's the same thing. And I think Teofimo will be able to counter that. I think, and this is what Curtis said. He's affirming what I was thinking, that, Lomachenko fights the same way, ladies and gentlemen. Lomachenko fights the same way. And a fighter who fights the same way, that can be countered. That's a potential, I guess we can say, weakness that Teofimo probably sees. Okay? So, okay, let's hear what Dalia said. Okay, so don't forget Loma said it's like playing chess. Now, I don't know if this fight's going to play out as a chess match as far as Teofimo's side. Lomachenko's side, yes. Lomachenko's side, yes. Because that's how he is. That's who he is as a fighter. People are jumping back in the building. Thank you guys so much for jumping back in. JC, salute family. Thanks so much for jumping in. Earlier, I had some technical difficulties with the microphone. Thank you so much, Delia, for pointing that out. She detects that stuff. Thanks so much, Queen. Thanks so much. We love you, sister. And, so I had to go back. I had to leave the virtual studio, come back in. And some people left the building, but it looks like you're going to come back. Thank you guys so much. So JC's in the building. Thank you so much, family. So Dalia says, don't forget, Loma said it's like playing chess. And I think that's more on Loma's side. And I know it's part of it, partially on Teofimo's side. But the thing here is I don't think Teofimo is going to look at it too much as of a chess match. Maybe he will, but that's more of Loma's style. You know what I'm saying? I think that Teo is just, like I said, he's going to mix it up. Teo is going to mix it up, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to see new things from Teo. We're going to see new things from Teo Saturday night. Now, watch this. Watch this. Excuse me. Excuse me. Got to get my breathing in here. Got to get my hiccups. So he's smarter. I believe it. He's smarter. I believe his experience will. I do too, Dalia. But listen. This is the next point I got to say here. I got to say this. If Teofimo doesn't show new tools or bring out new tools from his toolbox that Teofimo Sr. said that Teofimo Jr. supposedly has, then Teofimo, he's going to get boxed out. I mean, he's most likely going to get boxed out. Teofimo has to bring new tools in his game come Saturday night. And I think he does have them. I think Now, Delia, the thing here is that, Lomachenko, man, if he keeps I don't know. Oh my God, blah, 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 blah. This is a brain. This is just. So Teofimo, this is like my part here with Teofimo. He has to bring new things. He has to bring new tools in his game. Also, Teofimo does. But I think he's gonna mix it up. He's gonna pressure Lomachenko, and then he's gonna lay off the pressure, and then he's gonna focus on boxing a little bit. And then check it out. I think that Teofimo Lopez, He's going to pressure Lomachenko. I repeat, he's going to pressure him. He's going to lay off the pressure. When Teofimo lays off the pressure, Lomachenko is going to start using his IQ in boxing and using that matrix stuff. You already know the story. And that's going to be Teofimo's way of luring Lomachenko in as bait, fish to the bait. Come on, boom. And that's where he's going to hurt Lomachenko. Lomachenko, like Dalia's saying here, he has to be smarter than that. Lomachenko has to read when Teofimo wants to lure Lomachenko in. He has to be smarter than that. And like I said at the beginning of this, Lomachenko has to have the experience to detect that. If he doesn't, then maybe all this matrix, maybe all this high IQ stuff isn't really what it is. You know, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. You know, you have 396 some odd fights in your amateur career. One loss. One measly little loss. Which Amir Ali Malik, thanks so much for clarifying there, explaining, bringing that insight. He beat the guy twice who he lost to. He beat the guy twice. He avenged his loss twice against the guy who he lost. So I think that, you know, JC, salute one more time, bro. Thanks so much. I think, yeah, propaganda, Curtis. Thank you. That exactly. If I gotta say that, I gotta repeat this. If Lomachenko doesn't have and does not, like Dalia says here, if he doesn't show his smarts and his high ring IQ and all the experience that he has, if he doesn't have it, if he doesn't show it against Teofimo and doesn't, you know, isn't prepared for Teofimo luring Lomachenko in for hard shots, then he's probably just more just kind of too hyped up. Kind of too hyped up. Kind of hyped up. Kind of a little too hyped up there. You know, propaganda, exactly. You know, I mean, now I'm not knocking Lomachenko. Of course not. He's an amazing fighter. I mean, you already know the story, ladies and gentlemen. You guys already know the story. You know what I mean? You already know the story with Lomachenko. But maybe I'm saying, if he doesn't know how to predict or counter Teofimo's tools in the ring and how he boxes, then maybe Lomachenko's a little bit too much what we're thinking. You know, maybe it's just all that matrix and all that wonderful graphics on television, on the promos throughout the years of Lomachenko, matrix, high tech, blah, blah, blah. You know, maybe Teofimo will be the hacker. Maybe Teofimo will be the hacker to get into that matrix system and shut it all down. You know, it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I expect, okay, I got to say this. I'm expecting a lot from Lomachenko come Saturday night. I'm expecting more from Lomachenko than from Teo because of all that has been said of Lomachenko and his upbringing and his amateur career. And I'm saying it too. So I'm expecting a lot from Lomachenko come Saturday night, ladies and gentlemen. As a boxing fan, as a hardcore boxing fan, man, or whatever you want to call it, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just love boxing. If Lomachenko, I mean, I'm expecting a lot from Lomachenko. I don't know how else to say that. Teo Jr. said Canelo's demise was he tried to fight Mayweather at his game. Teo is roughing and bullying Lomachenko. Soccer Training Club, I think that Teo is going to rough up Lomachenko, but not all the time. I think, you know, Teo, he's going to mix it up. If it's now, listen, ladies and gentlemen, because a lot of people are talking about this. Listen. A lot of people are saying this about Teo. Always going to come and rough him up. If he only does that, he can get gassed out possibly. Okay. Lomachenko, I think he's more experienced and he has more stamina and he can last longer. So if Teofimo is just going to ride on roughing up Lomachenko, and if Teofimo's corner is just riding on that, then they're going to have their fingers crossed just for that spurt moment of him roughing up Lomachenko. And if it doesn't work, Lomachenko's stamina and experience is gonna take over. It should take over, at least. It should. And Lomachenko has to have the experience and IQ to know how to fight somebody who roughs him up. He lost against Salidos. I understand it. But look at his amateur career. He has to. Amateurs are the ones who rough up fighters more. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. Amateurs are the ones who go in and just go at it because they got to get the points. The point system and the judges is a little bit different from pros, you know, and it seems like the amateur career, they judge more off of offense and they just go in and go at it. And Lomachenko lost once in that environment. Once in that career. Wow. I mean, you guys got to think about this, you guys. So if Lomachenko doesn't know how to counter and, you know, outsmart a bully in the ring, then Lomachenko isn't all what we think he is. Oh, man. I mean, I just got to say it. Lomachenko isn't all what we think he is. And just like this is what it says right there. Bam. Propaganda. It's propaganda, and that's it. I mean, he's a great fighter, though. Yes. A high IQ. Yes. But he's just a little bit too much. Muhammad Ali status? Of course not. Of course not. Of course not. That's just nonsense. That what Bob Arum said. All due respect, but you know, comparing this guy to Muhammad Ali, please, shouldn't be in the same sentence. Those names, you know what I'm saying? You're talking about something else there, but that's what it is. What Curtis Anderson's saying. If Lomachenko doesn't outsmart Teofimo, he has to. All things point to that. All things point to Lomachenko. It's a must. If not, then he's just more than what we think. He was just blown up a little bit too much there. So we got Jay Cooley. The closer we get to the closer we get to Teo. Why do I have Teo in my mouth so much? Because we're talking about the Tank and Leo. I want to go live and go ahead and bring your comments. Cooley has some interesting perspective on the sport of boxing. Interesting stuff, man. Jay Cooley is in the building. Thanks so much, Cooley, for jumping up on in here. You know, and I want to hear more from Cooley on Tank and Leo in the future once the fight gets closer. You know, and I want to do like a live session like this, and I definitely want to hear Cooley's input. Great stuff, man. He has some good, interesting comments right there. Interesting input he has on that fight. What do you think, Cooley, about Lomachenko and Teo? Please put it out there, bro. Please. Bumpy Thompson is in the building, bro. I've been wanting to say every time I see you, like in other chats and other platforms, I love that suit, man. You're sharp. You're sharp, brother. You're sharp. I like that kind of style, man. I like to look. I like to dress when I'm at home. No, right, but you know, when I'm in public, most of the time at least, when I'm in public or when I'm at work, I like to dress formal, and I love that style, bro. You're looking sharp, fam. You're looking sharp. Curtis Anderson also on his Facebook account. I remember him having like some zoot suits or something like that. Nice stuff, man. Looking sharp, family. Gentlemen, looking nice. I love it. We need more of that nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. So let me repeat it one more time, please. Let me just please bear with me. If Lomachenko does not outsmart Teofimo, then Lomachenko is probably just too hyped up. And this is the word here that defines it. Propaganda. Just too hyped up. Just a little bit too hyped up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not saying that he's nothing. Of course not. He's a great fighter. I mean, I really like his style. I like Lomachenko's skills. Now, I know Lomachenko's power is not going to do much against Teofimo. I don't think it's going to do much at all against Teofimo. No. So I'm expecting a lot from Lomachenko, ladies and gentlemen. I got to say that. I'm expecting a lot from Lomachenko. I'm expecting him to show up and show out in his boxing IQ. If he doesn't, Teo's going to take him out. Teo's going to just wipe him out. Wipe him out night. Wipe him out night. You know what I'm saying? Secretary Class here, regardless. Carne asada, salsa, chips. Yeah, carne asada. Oh, okay, that's what you're gonna have. Okay, on Saturday night. Oh, a matter of fact, Curtis Anderson was talking about he's gonna have some. I think I called him the other day. I called him. I think it was in that phone call. We were talking a little bit, and he talked about, man, he's gonna have a. Oh no, I think it was. I don't remember. Like I said, I'm not good at recalling when, but I think it was when I called him the other day or something. He's gonna have some nice tacos. He's gonna have taco night on Saturday night. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to eat, man. I usually eat tacos commonly down here, you know, wonderful food, but I don't know what I'm going to eat come fight night. It's gonna be wonderful. I love it. I don't really eat when I see fights. Actually, did you know that? Because I'm too, especially when it's a fight of this magnitude, man. I don't even think I'm gonna be eating. I'm just gonna be watching the fight. I'm just gonna be zoned in the fight. Dalia, let me know, please, because remember last time I like chopping it up with Dalia while we watch fights on WhatsApp. Let me know, Dalia, so we can go back and forth on the rounds. Okay, let me know, Dalia. All right, it's fun having you. It's fun having chit chatting with you during the fights. Bubby Thompson continues to say, I think that Teo is definitely the future. Yeah, man, Loma is a technical fighter, going to be on the edge of my seat. I mean, if I got to repeat this, if Lomachenko's technicality and high IQ in the sport of boxing and in the ring, what he doesn't outsmart Teo, then Lomachenko was just too much. He was just too hyped up. That's what it is. That's what it is. Yo, Zeno is in the building. Thanks so much, Zeno. I had some technical issues earlier in the live in the beginning, but you can go ahead and when we're done, go ahead and go back and check out what we started talking about. Unfortunately, the microphone was kind of staticky and stuff. Sometimes I get that, but I fixed it. So thank you guys so much for jumping in the building, man. So yeah, Zeno. I don't like eating or texting while watching, but yeah, that's the thing. Personally, me, when I eat, I kind of get sidetracked. I kind of lose my focus. Yeah, I lose my focus a little bit when I'm eating. But when I text, I can text though, because like for a quick example, with me and Dalia, some weeks ago, we were going back and forth on WhatsApp between the rounds and stuff, giving analysis on a couple fights, and I usually do it with voicemail. So I have no problem doing that, and it's I'm not distracted at all. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but generally speaking, when I watch a fight, I can't, man, because I'm sitting there getting a bite and looking, so make sure the food doesn't fall on my lap or whatever, or on the table, and then a big punch came and I didn't see it. It's just frustrating when I do that. So I'll say oh yeah, did you know that sometimes it seems that undercards are more interesting than main events? Not all the time, obviously, but for example, Curtis Anderson, when we saw the Figueroa fight, I think that was in the undercard of the Charlo fights. Charlo fights obviously were exciting and awesome stuff, but the Figueroa, man, that was a really action-packed fight. We cannot discard the undercards, definitely. Interesting play of words, huh? We cannot discard the undercards. Undercards. So Saucedo versus Barbosa might be the fight. Definitely, family. Definitely. We got to tune into the undercard, ladies and gentlemen. And we hear what Zeno saying. See, I got to look at my food while eating. Yeah. So family, I thank you guys so much for jumping in. Okay, so my final, here it goes. I'm going to put it out there. What is my final prediction? I don't know. What is the conclusion? I can't say. I don't know who the heck's going to win. But I have to say something, right? I don't care. If I eat crow, I don't care. You already know. I've said it before. If I'm wrong, I don't care. That's how we learn. That's how we grow. But, okay, I'm going to put it out there. I'm done. Yeah, puppy. Teofimo by knockout, ladies and gentlemen. Teofimo by knockout. That's it. I said it. I got Loma. UD experience beats everything. Man. I don't know, bro. But I'm just gonna put it out there. My mind says this is what it is. My mind says Lomachenko. My heart says Teofimo. That's more fair, isn't it? Isn't that a good prediction? My mind says Lomachenko. Did I say it the other way around? My mind says Lomachenko. My heart says Teofimo. Thank you so much, Dalia. Thank you so much, Dalia. Dalia stayed here. She stayed here throughout the whole. I appreciate you, Dalia. Much love to you, sister. Much love to you, Queen. She was there because I had the microphone issue and she stayed here. I thank you so much, Dalia. Thanks so much for staying since the beginning. And all you guys, everybody else who stayed from the beginning, everybody else who just jumped in, I thank you guys so much. That's what it is, guys. I just got to do it. I don't care if I eat crow. It's all good. I'll just put some hot sauce on there. I'll just put some of that Mexican spice and it's all good. I'll eat crow. It's all good. I know how to season it up. It's all good. Teofimo by knockout, ladies and gentlemen. Round 7. I'm sorry. That's what it is. But I have to put a but in there. But I'm expecting a lot from Lomachenko. And if his experience comes out, he has to beat Loma. He has to. I'm sorry, he has to beat Teo. He has to. But if not, then Lomachenko maybe is a little bit too high, ladies and gentlemen. I know it sounds hard, but that's just what I think. So thank you guys. Thank you so much for jumping in. You know, the new listener here we had earlier. Yeah, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you guys so much. Go ahead and share this, guys. Go ahead and share this in the boxing community. Share this on your platforms, you know, on your social networks and stuff like that, and your profiles, man. And I want to hear your comments, you know, of the others also who didn't tune in. Go ahead and share this, you guys. Go ahead and like it up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what it is. And we're going to tune in to Blue Blood later on, guys, because Curtis is going to give his prediction. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much, man. Y'all are awesome. Oh, Dalia? Who am I rooting for? I really don't know, man. I just okay, Dalia, before I go, because I love it. I mean, Dalia, I was past tense rooting for Tio. I was. But seeing all the disrespect he's been showing towards Loma, I don't know. I don't know now. I'm a strong believer in, you know, you got to respect your elders. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not like elder just means he's older. That's all. It doesn't mean like, oh, he's an old guy and, you know, no. But Tio, he has shown a lot of disrespect, man. And if Tio does win and if he knocks him out, he has to show respect. You know, he has to go near him and say, hey, good fight, bro. You know, good fight, you know, and respect Lomachenko. So I don't know who I'm rooting for. Maybe because of so much disrespect Tio has been showing, I think I'm going for Loma. But yeah. Good question, Nelia. Peace out, guys. I love you guys, man. Thank you guys so much. I gotta go, okay? Peace out, fam.